I felt like Bumba the other day or on Thanksgiving because I was filming the kids and I was like, it's Thanksgiving 2024. Like,
I love that. I wish we had more videos like that.
Yeah. Well, I'm doing it with the kids. There is one of you girls playing, and I think your cousins are there too, in a kiddie pool. And you can hear Nana saying, it's June 1973. And I'm like, 73? She just went way back to my childhood. It was 93. You guys are just little.
Oh my gosh.
oh, so funny.
Jessica, every time you lift that cup up, it looks like you're drinking a Bloody Mary.
It's water. I wish it was a Bloody Mary.
We won't tell.
Actually, I don't like Bloody Marys. Well, I can't say that. I've never had one, but I hate tomato juice. It makes me want to hurl.
No. Bloody Marys are like my favorite thing, extra spicy, although I would not recommend drinking them all day long by the pool, especially not extra spicy because your stomach will not feel good.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
I like a Virgin Mary, too, because I like all the veggies and stuff that go with them.
Especially if they put lots of fun stuff on top. Like I ordered one time and it came and I was like, oh my God, this is a meal. There was like a quarter of a grilled cheese sandwich and there was bacon and there was a cheese stick and there were olives and all these things on top. And I was like, this is amazing, but I'm also kind of embarrassed.
Yeah, it's like a whole little appetizer plate. I think it's the Ram that does that. And they put a little mini corn dog on it. And then like this layers of cheese.
You don't even need to order a meal at that point. Like just order the
and I've ordered a burger too on top of this.
Right.
I feel like such a gluttonous pig.
Oh. Okay. We ready to roll?
Ready. I know it's running.
Okay. Welcome to Love on the Pod, a podcast about all the cheesy romantic TV movies we adore. I'm Jessica.
I'm Danny.
And I'm Sherry, and this is episode 37.
37. And today we are talking about winter sports movies. So we're in the winter season. We are ready for snow and whatever sports might come along with that. So we're going to talk about those movies. We've each chosen one film, and they are not from this year. So they are accessible on Hallmark Plus, all three of them. And they're from previous seasons. And we're going to chat about each one. So who would like to go first today?
I can go first if you'd like.
Okay.
I hope we get some snow this year.
I hope so, but it's not looking very promising.
It's not. It's been unseasonably warm as of this recording. We'll see.
Right.
January, February
By the time
this
this
year.
drops, it might be snowy here.
We could have a foot of snow on the ground. Who knows? Our biggest snow recently has been Valentine's Day. So
that's true. Yeah.
In the Pacific Northwest.
Yeah. Okay. We're not even meant to drop into any freezing temperatures over the next 2 weeks. It's weird.
Very strange.
It's sunny and 75 here. So
yeah, I don't think you can hope for any snow.
I don't think no snow's coming your way.
No.
Well, I'm going to start us off with a 2021 Hallmark film called Two for the Win. And it's about Justin, a world champion skier who returns to his hometown to prepare for a major competition after a knee injury. He's hoping to break the all-time record in the biggest race of his life, but he needs help getting there. Enter Kayla, his childhood friend. I'm sorry, am I boring you, Danny?
No, I'm just tired. It's not here.
Kayla, his childhood friend and now local ski instructor, is recruited to coach him on his post-injury comeback. Justin is initially reluctant to take Kayla's help. He's used to being at the top of his game and doesn't want to appear weak. But with the pressure on to set a new slope record against younger up-and-coming skiers, he eventually agrees. And as is the normal trope, as they spend time together on the slopes, their childhood friendship rekindles into something more. This film is based on the novel called Sleigh Bells in the Snow by Sarah Morgan. It's directed by Jerry Ciccaridi. I hope I said that right. Ciccaridi, I'm not sure. Writing credits go to Andrea Canning, Nina Weinman, and Sarah Morgan, the author of the book. It was filmed in Ontario, Canada, as are many, many Hallmark films. It features a song by One Direction's Niall Horan. and it stars
Oh.
Charlotte Sullivan and Trevor Donovan. Did you either one of you watch this one?
Yeah.
Okay.
I felt like the chemistry was okay. Nothing special between Justin and Kayla. It was a predictable film. It was a fine watch. I like a winter scene. It seems like when there's a sports movie, there's usually somebody trying to make a comeback, or someone's had an injury or something like that. And that's pretty much the trope of this. Trevor Donovan did do all his own skiing in this movie.
Oh.
He was on the U.S. teen skiing team. Although some people in the reviews said that they should have gotten a stunt double because he peaked at about age 12. and that his, which makes sense, he was on the teen ski team.
Mm-hmm.
And that they maybe should have gotten somebody that actually looked like they were going for this new, because he's trying to set this new slope record, beat his personal best, as well as make a new record, and people just weren't buying it. So, like I said, the chemistry, I thought it was fine, but I love the chemistry between Kayla's sister, Jenny, and Justin's friend and physical therapist, Wyatt. I thought that was a little more engaging. They were super fun together. Jenny was played by Siobhan Murphy, and Wyatt was played by Fareed Yazdani. Let's see, what else? Justin's mom is super supportive, as is kind of the way it goes in a lot of these movies, with the dad who's kind of pushy, kind of wants him to do his very best. The dad's very competitive. He was a former skier as well. And so you see this kind of competitive nature between the two of them.
There was one scene with the dad, though, that I thought was just really adorable when it's Kayla, right? The lead female says to him that she's thinking that his confidence is pretty low and he needs some encouragement. And the dad immediately is like, "You look great out there.
Yeah.
You're doing great."
Uh-huh. And he kind of looks at him like, "What? My dad doesn't
Why
talk
are
to me
you
like
saying
that."
this to me? And then before he leaves,
Real
again, he goes,
good.
"But you look good." It was just such a dad thing. Like
It was, yeah.
that natural inclination to be like, you gotta do this and you gotta work hard. And then he's being told like he needs some encouragement. And it's just,
way to go,
you can tell
buddy.
it's like really tough for him to do it naturally.
Yeah. Yeah. And I like the dad, though he was competitive and he was very black and white. There's no gray. He wasn't portrayed as this jerk. He just, he wanted his son to succeed, and he wanted him to surpass even what he had attained on the slopes. And so, but he didn't go, he wasn't warm and fuzzy, but he didn't go about it in a really rude or mean way, like we've seen in some of the movies where it's just like, this guy is just a tool. And he really wasn't. And so Kayla decides to start with the fundamentals and puts him on the bunny slope. He has to train with these little kids, and that was pretty funny. She has him go to hot yoga, and he wants to know why anybody would ever want to do anything. And I have to agree. Hot yoga, no way.
No thanks.
I've tried just doing yoga when it's super hot in the house in the summertime, and I feel like my heart's going to pound out of my chest. Plus the smell has got to be horrible. All these people just
probably
sweating.
I've never done it. I've always wanted to try it. And I do wonder if I would like it, because I'm thinking back to when we were visiting South Carolina and we were staying at this beach house, and it was really hot and really humid, but we all went downstairs. We left all the grandkids with grandpa, and us adults went downstairs to the, like, it's not a garage, but it's, like all the houses down there by the water are lifted.
Yeah.
So we went down below and we all did a workout, and it was great. I don't know what it was about the heat and the humidity that like made it better. I don't know.
Maybe
someday
being
I'll
outside
try.
is different, so it's not quite as stuffy
Could
as
be.
being in an enclosed building. But yeah, it's supposed to be great for you. And warm muscles, of course, stretch more efficiently. And so it's supposed to be really great. But what I thought was funny about this scene is that afterwards he can barely walk. He's like, I've used muscles that I haven't used, and I'm all sore. But then they go line dancing and he's fine to go line dancing, which is funny. Kayla, it's funny. She was in full makeup the entire time on the slopes, eyeshadow, eyeliner, eyebrows done.
So much makeup.
Lipstick, so much makeup.
Like, an unnecessary amount of makeup. That was one of the first things that struck me is she's really beautiful. She does not need all that makeup.
Yeah.
And
And
Yeah,
it's 2021.
did
It wasn't
think-
that long ago. It wasn't like it was
No.
early 90s.
I thought it was weird. It was like, why are they putting why are they putting so much makeup on her? Let her live.
because you're
let her
supposed to be
face breathe.
outside. Yeah,
Yeah.
out on the slopes. Why would you have that much
Uh.
makeup on anyway? But yeah, I thought it was fine. It's probably not one that I will watch again. Quite honestly, Trevor Donovan is not one of my favorite lead actors. I don't know what it is. He's perfectly handsome, perfectly good actor. He just is not one that resonates with me like some of the others. It's not that I don't like him. I don't know him. If he wants to come and talk to us, I'll talk to him, but just not one of my favorites. So I wanted to read a few of the reviews, which were not terrible. It was not a complete winner, but not a loser. Perfectly average
Yeah.
and really good. So, but going back to the reviews that said that he maybe should have had a stunt double for the slopes, he did win the CBS celebrity ski race in Deer Valley, Utah in 2011, 2012, 2014, and 2015. So
Wow. Trevor Donovan.
take that,
You
person who
athlete,
wants to
you.
have a stunt double, he actually does know how to ski.
So
Yeah, I mean, I would have to agree with the review of perfectly average. I thought it was fine. It kind of bored
predictable.
me. I
It was
didn't
slow moving
really
in areas.
Yeah, I didn't really feel a lot of chemistry between Kayla and what was Trevor's
Justin.
character's name? Justin, thank you.
They seemed like
didn't
good friends.
Yes, and I just didn't see the romance part of it. I do actually really like Trevor Donovan. He is the lead role in one of my favorite winter Hallmark movies, Snow Coming. And I almost picked that one for this roundup, but then I was like, oh, we don't need to have two Trevor Donovans, so I'll pick something different. And
I
I'm
forgot
glad
that was
I
a
did,
sports
but
one. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know. It's not necessarily like focused on sports. It's more focused on the homecoming dance, but he is a former NFL player in that movie.
I do like that one.
Yeah, it's so good. I will watch it anytime. It's a really good one. But yeah, I just felt like this one it wasn't bad, but it wasn't good.
And maybe for me, it was the story because, like you mentioned, that Snow Coming, is that what you called it? Snow Coming. I really did like him a lot in that one, and I thought he was really engaging. And so maybe it was just because the chemistry was off in this one that I just wasn't feeling it for either of them. Yeah, did you watch this one, Jeff?
Yes, I did.
What did you
And
think?
every time I see Trevor Donovan, he reminds me of that shaven style Ken that we had.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh, completely.
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah. Definitely.
We loved that Ken doll. We fought over him.
Yes, we
Same
did. He
hair
was the most
color,
handsome
same
one.
And he had bent arms.
Jawline.
The other ones
Yes.
had straight arms, so they couldn't wrap their arm around Barbie.
Yeah.
So they go to the movies. This shaven style Ken, he's got his arm around Barbie.
He's a smooth operator.
Yeah. That's funny. We should do a side by side and put it on Instagram.
Yeah. Oh my gosh, I love it.
So I would definitely say out of the three movies that we watched this week, this was my least favorite. It was, like you guys said, there was nothing like glaringly wrong with it, but it was a bit slow. And I agree that they probably could have just either cast somebody else or made the story be that they're friends and that they're going to take over the training department at the ski lodge together or something like that instead of romance. 'Cause I just did not see a connection between the two of them at all.
No, like I said, her sister and his friend had better chemistry than the lead role. So
Yes. Yeah.
but
And I just cracked up. There were a few times where so I feel like usually when he was training or practicing or whatever, he was wearing regular ski clothes. But then sometimes he was wearing these like spandex ski outfits. And I was like, what is happening? Stop wearing that.
They do wear those in the race, like in the Olympics. But when you're just training, I mean, maybe you do want to do that when you're training so you can
Maybe, but I don't want to
get the
see
feel.
anybody in that.
No.
Yeah. When
No,
he I was
Go
just going to say when he fell on his face and he's in that red and black spandex outfit. And he's like, let's go
and his
again.
You
feet
look
are over his head.
ridiculous.
It reminds me of those green suits that kids were wearing for Halloween for
that
a
cover
while.
your face, your like
Your
whole head.
body.
Yes,
Yeah.
exactly. It looks
Yeah.
ridiculous.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Yeah.
Gotta wear my full body spandex. Is that even warm? It doesn't look very warm.
Doesn't
Probably
seem
not,
like it
but
would be.
it makes you go faster.
Aerodynamic.
Yeah, it's
Yeah,
aerodynamic.
it's not cumbersome like a big jacket would be. Having seen this and noticing that Trevor Donovan has been in a lot of Hallmark movies, it got me thinking, what do Hallmark actors make per movie? And so I did a little research, and it says, depending on their role, time on set, and call list payment, Hallmark actors can earn $5,600 to $24,000 per movie.
That's quite a range.
Quite a range. But leading roles, like by bigger celebrities like Lacey Chabert, $65,000 per film. So you figure if you do 4 movies a year, the low end is only $22,400 a year, up to $96,000, which is
and that's
okay
maybe
income.
like if you play like the secretary or something, that's what you're getting paid.
Yeah. So someone like Lacey Chabert, say she does 4 movies a year at $65,000, that's $260,000 per year, that's a nice
That's a
salary.
comfy paycheck.
But it's not as much as I would figure when you see these blockbuster movies and they're getting paid millions for one film. Now, granted, they take a lot longer. This is only 3 weeks worth of work.
And they're pumping out so many of these movies. I mean, they would go bankrupt if they were paying their actors that much money.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah.
And that's why
oh, go ahead.
that's why they love all the cons, because they got to pad their
You got to supplement.
Yeah.
somewhere.
Absolutely.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking. Like they've got all these other appearances that they do to, add to that paycheck a bit.
Though it's out of the kindness of their hearts, it's also for
they get paid.
supplemental income.
As
they get
should.
paid.
Yeah, absolutely.
And the salary out of this money that they get, they only take home about 70% of it after they pay taxes, agents, managers, and assistants. So, yeah, if you're on the lower end, you're filing the poverty taxes. You're not making a whole lot.
No kidding.
So, yeah.
Well, isn't it only like 2% of actors or SAG members actually make enough money to live off of? That everybody else
it's
has
very low.
It's tiny amount. Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah. And I wonder too, like, because Hunter King and Tyler Hines did so much press for Holiday Touchdown. I wonder if that's looped into their salary, or if it's like, oh, we're going to pay you per appearance. If there's an expectation that you have to do all of this press.
Maybe there's like a press package.
Maybe. Because obviously they did way more press than they've ever done for any other movie.
Oh, yeah. And have you seen the mixed reviews on that? Because people either love it or they're like, that film was terrible. And even some people without even watching it. In fact, because I follow all the Hallmark things on Facebook. There was one woman, and I'm thinking that she probably watched the Lifetime movie.
Yeah.
Because she was talking all about, did you see that? She was like,
oh, so she had it mixed up.
Yeah, she's like, it's the exact same story as Travis and Taylor, and it was a football player and a singer, and people were saying, no, it wasn't. Did you
What
even
movie
watch
did you
it?
watch? The wrong movie.
Yeah, so I think
I
she
loved
probably
that
watched
movie. I
the
thought it
wrong
was so cute.
I have not watched the Lifetime one yet. I do want to watch it.
No,
but
I haven't
I
either.
love the Holiday Touchdown one. I thought it was great. I love the
think
story.
a lot of people too, if they don't like the Chiefs, they automatically were like, okay, I'm gonna hate this movie. So they already had that.
That's fair.
Veil on. But Danny, you don't like the Chiefs, and you like the movie.
It literally could have been any NFL sports team.
Yeah.
That's not what it was about.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I thought it was super cute. I liked it a lot.
Yeah. I did too.
Okay.
So that was 2 for the win.
Awesome. Danny.
2 for the lose, actually.
2
because
for the
it wasn't
lose.
very good.
2 for the meh.
2 for the don't
2 for the
watch
tie.
it. It's a waste of time.
Yeah.
Maybe in the background when you're baking cookies.
Yeah, there you go.
Well, I chose this go around checking it twice, and this one came out in 2023. And I had never seen this movie before. I literally just Googled winter sports Hallmark movies and picked one that I thought looked kind of cute. And it has Kevin McGarry in it. And you guys know how much of a One Calls the Heart fan I am. So I was like, okay, yes, I'll watch this one. And it was great. This movie is about a journeyman hockey player who falls for a real estate agent in a career crisis when he's... Wow, I'm sorry. I have my notes across the table and I realized I can't see the words anymore. Okay, let me start over. It's about a journeyman hockey player who falls for a real estate agent in a career crisis when he's traded to her hometown and moves into the cottage in her hockey-loving family's backyard. Now, I will say that I watched this one, and then I watched Jessica's pick right after, which we'll get into momentarily. But the synopsis is very similar. And I should have known by the title of your movie, Taking a Shot at Love, that it would be about hockey.
It's not whiskey shots.
Right. So we both are going with the hockey route this time. But I really enjoyed this movie. This one stars Kevin McGarry, who plays Scott. Obviously, we know him as Nathan from One Calls the Heart. But he's also Peter in the Wedding Veil series. And he is in A Reason for the Season, which came out this Christmas season. And he's also in Heartland and When Hope Calls. So he's in a whole bunch of things. And have you guys ever seen, I want to say it's called My Grown Up Christmas List?
Yes.
I haven't seen that
Who
one
else
yet,
is
but I
in that?
really
Think
want
so.
to, because it's Kevin McGarry and Kayla Wallace, who are now married. So I think it'd be really fun to watch them in a movie together.
Yeah, I saw they also did another movie together. It was like Butterfly Summer or Butterfly something. They also did together. So
Cute. I
Again,
always
we need
like
to
to
workshop
see-
these names.
I always like to see people that are actually together in real life in movies. I just feel like it adds an extra level of romance.
yes.
Anyway, it co-stars Kim Matula. She plays Ashley, and I just absolutely adore her. She played Catherine in Ghosts of Christmas Always, which is one of my favorite Hallmark Christmas movies that we talked about over the Christmas season. And then she also was in The Bold and the Beautiful from 2010 to 2016. You guys, she did 907 episodes
Oh my
of The Bold
gosh.
and the Beautiful. Can you even imagine?
The dialogue that they have to memorize.
Oh
Yeah.
boy. Yeah. So
We thought 3 weeks was
Pretty-
a fast turnaround. They are memorizing things every single day.
every day,
Yeah.
every day.
Just
Yeah.
living in a pressure cooker. I could not
Right.
imagine.
Mhm.
How do you not just become the person that you're playing?
Yeah.
I mean,
Oh,
6
yeah.
years every single day.
Uh-huh.
That's crazy. I didn't know anything about her character. I never watched that show, but I just
No, me either.
thought that was really incredible. So we have Kevin McGarry and Kim Matula as our two leads, Scott and Ashley. I loved that in this movie, they were both in a career crisis. It wasn't like one person was in a career crisis and the other one was stable. And it's like, oh, I'm going to change my whole life for this one
Mhm.
person.
Save
It was
the
like
day.
they both were kind of at a crossroads and figuring out what they wanted in life. And then they met each other and kind of helped each other sort out what they really wanted, which I thought was a really nice note in this film. And let's see. Another thing that I really enjoyed was Ashley's sister Julie's husband, Dave. He's just so fun to watch. He's played by Tucker Bowman, who I had a really hard time finding any information on him. This man is not on IMDb. And I just thought he was fantastic. I loved how, in Hallmark movies, they're always beautiful people. They're always
Mhm.
Ken doll kind of characters. But Tucker Bowman, it doesn't look like a Ken doll. He is just so like normal and charming and funny. And I just really enjoyed him. And it got me thinking, like, I'd really like to see a guy like that, like a normal guy that you would meet at, your sister's backyard barbecue. Like, I would love to see a movie featuring someone like him, or even him, Tucker Bowman, as the leading man. I think that would
Yeah.
be really
Just
nice
a regular
to see.
guy.
Yeah, it doesn't. I mean, nothing wrong with watching a very, very exceptionally handsome man as the leading role. And not to say that Tucker Bowman's not handsome, because he is, but just not in that Ken doll way. It was just very normal, and he was just very likable, very relatable. He was one of my favorite characters in the whole.
It's kind of like Jude Law versus Jack Black in The Holiday. Jude Law is beautiful to look at. But the Jack Black character, Miles, I just love. And I think we've talked
Yes.
about this before. I just love him.
Yeah.
He's
How
just
does
like
he
the
make you
guy you
fall in
want to
love with
sit
him?
down
Yes.
and if you drink beer, have a beer with. And
Yeah, you could be yourself. You can just chill out and laugh and have a good time. Yep. So anyway, I just really loved his character. And I thought that his relationship that was built between Dave and Scott was really funny and just a very like relatable brother-in-law kind of relationship. I could see blossoming there. This one was based in Idaho Falls. And let me tell you, it literally had me Googling Idaho Falls because I wanted to move there. And it is much less expensive than Washington, if you're wondering. However, it was not filmed in Idaho Falls, which I was disappointed to find out.
dang it.
It was filmed in Kelowna and in Vernon, both in British Columbia. Nicholas Alexander Urban Gardener is the garden and home decor store that Ashley's parents own. It's a real store in Kelowna on Lawrence Avenue. So if you want to go check out the store, it is real. There's also a scene where they're having a Christmas party, and that is located at the Laurel Packing House, which is on Ellis Street in Kelowna. It is the oldest packing house in British Columbia. No. Yes. Yes. It is the oldest packing house, and it features the Okanagan Wine and Orchard Museum. So you can check that out if you want to. And then they also filmed in Vernon. Cal Tire Place is the arena that is shown as the home arena for the Idaho Falls Flying Trout hockey team.
Flying Trout.
Yes, the Flying Trout. So Scott is playing for the Flying Trout. His dad was a very successful NHL hockey player who's about to be inducted into the Hall of Fame. He doesn't have a great relationship with him. And that was one thing I did feel was missing in this movie is I wanted to see a resolution there. And we never really did.
Yeah.
I would have liked to see something
I think
kind of rounding that out.
I feel like the resolution there was Scott's character realizing, like, I cannot live my life like my dad.
Like he did. Yeah.
Yeah. I think that was the reference.
Yeah. It just would have been nice to see them have a conversation of some kind.
Yes.
But yeah, so he's playing for the Idaho Falls Flying Trout, hoping to get called up to Boise, because once you get called up to Boise, then the next step is getting called up to Seattle Kraken, maybe?
Yeah, NHL. Yeah.
So
Now, is the Flying Trout a real team?
Oh, good question. I don't know. Let's ask Google. Idaho Falls Flying Trout.
It sounds like a restaurant.
No, it doesn't look like they are, but Idaho Falls hockey team is called the Spud Kings.
Oh, that makes sense. Potato Boys, Spud
So
Kings.
there you go. If you go to Idaho Falls and you want to watch some hockey, go see the Spud Kings.
The Spud Kings.
That's funny.
Yeah. So anyway, I really, really enjoyed this movie. It is available on Hallmark Plus if you want to watch it. And did you guys watch this?
Yes.
I actually did not. I had watched Jessica's first.
Well,
and
then you
then
probably watched it.
And then on this, yours. And then I was thinking, wow, this is very similar. And then I fell asleep and that was that. So I do want to go back and watch it because it was engaging. I just had finished Jessica's and I was thinking, this is the exact same movie. But I do want to go back and watch it. So Jess, you'll have to give us your thoughts because I have nothing to report.
Yes, I did watch it. And the first thing I noticed was this movie sponsored by Idaho Falls? Because they said that city name like probably 50 times throughout the movie.
They talked about it so much. Like, this is it. This is the reason so many people have moved to Idaho. It's this movie.
Does the Tourist Association pay Hallmark to...
Maybe. They might. Yeah. And then I thought, finally, this is a movie where both characters tell each other the truth and the plot still manages to move forward. And I was so excited by that.
Yeah.
That is unheard of.
There's no misunderstanding.
Right.
They're both honest. And
No
then they
unnecessary conflict.
No. And it was just great because I honestly cannot remember the last time I watched a Hallmark movie where that was the case. Where everybody told the truth the whole time and just was honest. So
honesty is the best policy.
yes, absolutely. Absolutely. So I thought I thought it was great. I really liked it. Definitely would watch it again. And I thought Kim Matula and Kevin McGarry had really good chemistry.
Yes. I totally agree. Yep.
Yeah. And I love these winter movies because they're filming them in like November, December. So it's more practical that it could actually be snowing where they're filming.
Yes.
And so it feels a little bit more wintry. And I don't know if that was real snow in the movie, but it looks like it. So
It was not the snow that we saw in the Kansas City Chiefs movie.
No.
We'll just say that.
Yeah.
For such a big budget film, that was the worst fake snow I've ever seen in my life, and I will never recover.
gosh. Except for Destined at Christmas. That snow was pretty bad too.
I think they may have used the same snow.
Gosh. All right. Well, shall I move on to my movie?
Yes.
Okay. So I chose Taking a Shot at Love, which was released in 2021, and it was written by Laura Grant and Julie Sherman Wolfe. And that's why I chose it, because we love Julie's movies. And typically, she's written 27 for Hallmark. And so I hadn't seen this one
She
before.
knows the formula.
Yep. And I believe this was one of her first ones for Hallmark. So this movie is starring Alexa Penavega, who we obviously know from Spy Kids. We did Mr. Manhattan as one of our main episodes. And she's also in Christmas Made to Order with Jonathan Bennett, which is one of my favorites. I love the movie. I just watched it again a couple days ago. And then Luke McFarlane, who we know from Notes of Autumn, Sense, Sensibility, and Snowman, and A Shoe Addict's Christmas, along with so many other
Love
So
that
many.
movies. Yes.
He's wonderful.
Yes.
Both
Have
of them are wonderful.
Yeah. Have you guys seen Sense, Sensibility, and Snowman?
No, I started it and I never got to finish it because not because it was not good, but because I got distracted by something. I really would like to watch it.
Yeah, I want to
Because
finish
they
it
did
too.
a whole series of like Jane Austen-y
Yes.
movies.
Yeah.
Doesn't that have Aaron Krakow in it?
Yes. Yep. Yep.
So it must be good.
Yeah, I want to finish it too. I started it but didn't finish it. So yeah, there's just so many movies to watch. So many. But Notes of Autumn this year, and that one was good.
And Hallmark Plus sucks you in because you watch something with a certain actor or actress, and then they immediately jump into another one with one of them in it. And
yes.
you're sitting there thinking, oh, okay, I'll watch this. Here's a third one. Okay.
Uh-huh.
And then
Pretty
you're
soon
like
the whole
looking up
day's
that
gone.
actor, and you're like, oh, they have 20
Yeah.
movies. I better watch them all.
That's kind of what got me down
Especially-
the rabbit hole of how much do they make if they do this many
Yeah.
movies a year.
Yeah.
Especially if you watch a movie with Pascal Hutton in it, and then all of the Lee and Rosemary movies.
Yes.
My gosh, there's so many. And you're like, they're together in this movie too? I got to watch
Yeah.
it.
I'm pretty sure I watched them all over the summer. Hey, we
So
should do a
good.
roundup of those movies.
We should. We
Yes.
should.
That'd be fun. Okay, so the plot of this movie is that a former professional dancer uses ballet to help an injured hockey star get back on the ice. This movie was filmed in Canada, obviously. Again, we're in BC. They used the Can Dance Studio in British Columbia. They used the Fraser Valley Academy of Dance, also in British Columbia. And then they filmed at Abbotsford Center for the hockey scene. This movie was filmed from November 10th to November 30th, 2020. So likely was not snowing in Vancouver at this time, but probably chilly and raining would be my guess. So I watched a little featurette of this movie starring Alexa and Luke, and they were talking about filming this movie. And both of their favorite scene, they asked them separately what their favorite scenes were. And both of their favorite scene is during the ice storm that actually looks like a rainstorm, but we'll just call it an ice storm. When they light candles and they share the couch in front of the fire and they fall asleep there, and they both said
I love
they thought that was the best scene of the movie.
That's really sweet.
Yeah, super sweet. Okay, I'm going to give you guys a couple of reviews, and then I want to hear what you think about this movie.
Okay.
So this movie does have an 83% popcorn meter on Rotten Tomatoes, which is actually
That's
really
pretty good. Yeah.
So I'm going to give you a really good review and a really not so good review.
Aw.
Which one do you guys want first?
Do the
Good
bad,
news
and then
first.
I was going to say, and then finish up with something happy.
Okay, so that
You
was
too.
that
Do
was super helpful. Thanks, guys. Okay, I'll do the bad
We
one
aim to
first.
please.
So the bad one is a 3 out of 10. Take a shot or several I feel bad for Luke, charming it up all over the place with nothing to work with. No chemistry among any of these actors, painfully slow and dull, even for a Hallmark.
I disrespectfully disagree.
I think they watched a different movie.
Yeah.
I think they
okay.
watched my movie.
This person. Okay, the next one is a 9 out of 10. It took my breath away. This is one of the best 2021 has offered so far. The storyline is perfect, in quotes. I don't know why. The characters carefully selected. It's a masterpiece. If one has forgotten how it feels like loving again, watch it. It's going to bring back all the good memories.
Written by Carlos
I don't-
Pena Vega.
That checks out.
I don't think I have.
I'm typing. I'm going to write a review.
I want to be happy about this good review, but it's so dramatic. I can't. I don't know that I would say it took my breath away. No, but I did really enjoy this movie. I thought they had excellent chemistry.
I did too. I thought it was great.
Although a small part of me was like, that's not Carlos.
Although
But-
for me, it was fun to see her branch out and really have good chemistry with another leading man because she's worked with her husband so much. You wonder if it's hard to make that shift, but I thought it was great.
Yeah, she did an excellent job. I loved the blend of hockey and ballet. I loved that they didn't take this down the road of him like belittling ballet or like making the little boys that were taking ballet feel bad about it. Because they easily could have gone there where he could have like said something, made the little boy feel bad and not want to do ballet anymore. And then, you know, that's where their fight comes from.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I thought that might be where it was going to go. And I would have been really sad about that. So I was really, really happy that he was so encouraging and just like his character was such a good professional athlete because he was so engaging and sweet and kind with his fans. He always had time to stop for an autograph or, you know, he was just very kind. I loved in the end when he's showing off what he learned on the stage and like he just wasn't acting embarrassed about it and he didn't make anyone feel bad. And I really liked that. I liked that both of them had their own storyline going. You know, it wasn't like his storyline and then he meets her. It was they both had their own stuff going on and they met each other. Similar to how I felt about the movie I picked, Checking It Twice, where they both were like dealing with stuff and then they came together and helped each other. I loved it. I really enjoyed it. So even though both of our movie picks had a similar overall plot line where, you know, the hockey player is staying in the cottage on the same property and all this kind of stuff. I did, as I moved through both of these movies, I did see that there was a pretty large difference in where the story went. And yeah, I just really enjoyed it. I would totally watch this one again. It was a good one.
Yeah. Well, Alexa's costuming made me want to be a ballerina.
Me too.
I know. She looked so good. Yeah,
So
and he
pretty.
was so likable. And like you said, Danny, he didn't come off as this cocky pro hockey player. He, you know, engaged with his fans and he was open to the ballet and the whole process of trying to get him back. And she looked so tiny next to him. So I looked up, she's only 5'1", itty bitty. But some of the things, the touches that I noticed when he arrives at the cottage or at the guest house, his luggage has some weight to it. And a lot of movies, it's like the coffee cup. You can see that it's just very light. And he had duffel bags, which were actually stuffed with things. When she talked about the family, the Hugo Farms, her face just lit up when she talked about it. And it was just such a sweet moment. You know, predictable, yeah. But it was a really good story. She is actually a trained ex-professional ballet dancer and a singer-songwriter.
I didn't know that.
And I didn't know that. I was going to look up some of her music and I forgot to do that. But yeah. I really enjoyed this. And
she and Carlos have a new movie or had a new movie that came out over the holiday season. I haven't seen it yet called Get It Back for Christmas. And they both sing and play music in that movie.
Oh, fun.
Yeah.
I'll
I
have to
haven't
check
seen
that
that
out.
one either. I want to watch that.
So when I was looking through the cast and crew credits, a couple of fun things that I found. There's someone named Janine Astles or Astles. I don't know.
one
she
of
was
those.
she was credited as a photo double. And that's all it said. So I wonder if it's the ballet posters, if that was her in those posters rather than Alexa.
Maybe.
And then there's
Maybe.
someone named P. Lyon Johnson, and she's credited as the intimacy coordinator.
Oh,
So this is someone who specializes in choreographing and coordinating scenes of simulated love scenes, which may include simulated nudity for film and TV. But how interesting, because it is this very delicate balance of you got to have your face to camera and it's all very technical, but you need to make it look natural and
Which is
appropriate for
something that
Hallmark TV.
I found to be really interesting to learn about when I was watching Finding Mr. Christmas. And they're talking about, okay, when we do the kiss scene, usually when we're rehearsing, we won't kiss until the final cut. So usually that kiss is one and done, which I thought is really kind of cool because it's very respectful of the actors. Like, okay, you don't need to do this over and over and over and over again. We can get the shot. Once we've got it, then, okay, kiss, but you only have to do it once as long as it's not totally a mess. So I thought that was cool.
And I think it helps it look more natural, too, because the characters, this is their first kiss. And so even though they're not a real romantic couple in most cases, you're actually witnessing their first kiss together, which is kind of cool.
Yeah, I follow an intimacy coordinator on Instagram. And it's very interesting. She's always talking about like the different types of like underwear that they put them in or like different things that they cover them up with that still look so they can look like they are not wearing clothing when they are. And obviously that's not for a Hallmark movie, but it's, I mean, when you watch movies where there's intimate scenes, like, yeah, that's got to be a little awkward and weird.
For sure. I could never.
Yeah. Especially when you've got like 50 crew members staring at
watching.
Camera is zooming in on you.
Yeah. So, but I think, maybe Alexa had a photo double because she's short for a ballerina. Ballerinas are usually taller, I think around like 5'5" to 5'7", something like that.
Yeah. So maybe to make it look more elongated, they had someone else
Yeah.
shoot
she
the
did a good
photos.
job. She said in the featurette that she definitely learned some new ballet technique that she didn't know before.
Oh, interesting.
But she still looks like a dancer. And Luke McFarlane said his favorite part of the movie was dancing with all the little kids.
Oh, that's cute.
Yeah.
Well, and like you said, I loved her outfits with the little ballet wrap sweaters and the little skirts. And she looked adorable.
Yeah.
Another one with really great hair.
Yeah, and as she's leaned more into wearing it curly, it's like, why didn't you ever wear it straight? So pretty.
Beautiful.
Yeah, it's gorgeous. So, anyways, I loved this movie. It's one that I would definitely watch again. Good job, Julie and Laura. You did a great job on this film.
Yes.
Hopefully we can talk to one or both of them because this movie was wonderful.
Yeah, out of the 3 we watched this week, that was definitely my favorite.
Yep.
Really
I would do
it.
mine, the one I picked, then yours, Danny, and then, sorry, Mom, yours is third.
Sorry, Trevor.
I would agree. 100%.
That was a blind pick.
Yep.
But, it wasn't, like we said, it wasn't terrible, but I won't watch it again. It was just, you got to have that chemistry.
Yeah. No, it was no Christmas movie that Danny made us watch a few weeks ago.
Sorry.
It's the worst of the season.
Hey, sometimes when you pick a movie that you've never seen before, that happens.
Yes.
You just
and
don't
it's kind
know.
of fun. It's kind of fun to talk about.
Yeah.
Maybe not fun to watch, but it's fun to talk about.
And the trailer's always going to make you think it's going to be great. So,
but not that trailer.
It didn't.
I didn't even watch the trailer till after I watched the movie. I was like, oh, I should have watched the trailer.
Gosh. All righty. Well, who is leading the episode next week?
That would be me.
Danny, you want to tell everybody all about it?
I will, yes. Next week, we are watching The Love of the Irish. And did I pick this movie because it reminds me of The Luck of the Irish from my Disney Channel original movie days as a preteen? Yes, I did. But it is not about a leprechaun. I don't think. Anyway, we might be in for some magical surprises.
There is a serious lack of leprechauns in Hallmark movies. Is this Hallmark?
Yes. So this is called The Love of the Irish. It is part of the Winter Escape release which is a collection of 4 new winter-themed romance movies on Hallmark for 2025. This movie is starring Shanae Grimes-Beach, Stephen Hagen, and Moira Kelly. And a little synopsis for you, thank you to Hallmark, is tired of her bad luck, Fiona takes her mom on a trip to Ireland to turn things around, where she meets a charming single dad who helps her make her own luck. Now, jury's still out on whether or not said charming single dad will be a leprechaun. Tune in next week to find out.
Moira Kelly. Why is that name familiar to me?
Moira
She a child
Kelly.
actress?
Moira Kelly was born in Queens, New York in 1968. She is the third of 6 children. I don't know. She's an American actress and director. Yes, she's very familiar.
Oh, yeah. I've
She
seen
was
her in a
One
lot of
Tree
things.
Hill.
Yeah.
Yeah, Shanae Grimes-Beach I recognize from the
Okay.
early aughts. But
Yeah.
I'm excited to see this movie. I have not watched
Yeah,
the
I
trailer
am
or anything.
No,
so.
I haven't either.
Yeah, as of this recording, there's not even a trailer out yet or
Wow.
a movie film cover, whatever it's
Oh,
called.
okay.
Yeah,
Danny,
it hasn't been released yet.
Did you see that Ashley Williams announced her show coming out finally?
Finally, yay!
January 2nd.
No, I didn't see that.
So
Wonderful.
when this episode is released, it will have already premiered on January 2nd.
Probably the whole thing will be out.
Yeah,
already.
it might be over. Who knows?
She's doing
Hopefully
a show.
it's good.
What, a reality show? Refresh me.
I think it's like it's based on like the parents pick out a romantic partner for their
Yes,
kid.
it's called like Small Town.
Yes, we talked
setup.
about this. Mhm.
Yeah.
Yeah, something like
Yeah.
that. I can't remember.
Yeah.
I also have not yet watched, but I would like to, the holiday series that is hosted by Wes Brown that just came out on
Mhm.
Hallmark Plus this year.
Is it Glow It Up or something like
Yeah,
that?
it's a holiday lights competition of some kind. It looks really cute. I haven't watched
Yeah.
it yet, but I would like to.
Yeah,
So,
we have
all kinds of fun things coming out on Hallmark
Mhm.
Plus this year.
Yeah.
I'm enjoying the switch.
we have so much holiday entertainment left to enjoy, even in February
yeah.
and March.
Oh yeah, all
Oh,
year
for
I'm
sure.
going to be watching Christmas movies. When this baby
Mhm.
is born in the spring, I will be recovering by watching Hallmark Christmas movies.
Yes,
Good time to
absolutely.
watch a Christmas movie.
Yes. Yeah,
Yes.
I got to indoctrinate them young, you know.
Oh, yeah.
You
Yep.
will.
Okay, well, be sure to follow us on Instagram at Love on the Pod and share your episode thoughts or ideas by emailing us at loveonthepod@gmail.com. Plus, you can text us with future movie recommendations using the link in our show notes. If you loved this episode and want to hear more, please subscribe to the podcast as we drop new episodes weekly. Hope you have a great week, and we will see you next time.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
Bye.